what you did or didn't hear of us saying.
Nothing. So basically, we start at, well, shit, I don't know. Just the last 6 things he said. Go ahead.
I don't remember them.
Well, she had said, like, for a group that kills everything you come in contact with, you do leave some pretty big loose ends, and that's the last thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I said, we're learning still.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah. Okay. Okay, and she just kind of puts the bottle down, like, pretty hard on the table. Number of things to consider. Understandable. But, we, and she looks to you, Barley, are Millers, we got this, we can figure this out. Okay. I gotta do some research. I have no idea what the fucking Ashton Thrike is. I've never heard of him. He's no figure that comes to mind. He's nobody in the occult circle as far as that's concerned, so probably a good sign.
Like the details of my vision?
I'll take anything I can get at this point.
And I'll just pretty much repeat what I saw.
Okay. And she accepts this all, and she goes, okay, second question. What do you mean, visions?
Something of note. We are, spellbinders. Fate weavers.
She's about to punch you square in the face!
What's mixed up? I've been a little busy.
Oh! You... She looks to you, Barley. You too?
Just shrug.
Well, I should say we all are kind of fresh Fate Weavers. We aren't fully developed.
Wow, okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. What do you actually know about that?
Well, I've been talking with an individual who seems to know quite a bit. Haven't really known what to ask him, but apparently I'm the farthest along of us.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay.
Wait, how does that work?
We can meditate to encourage our visions.
From everything I know about that, that sounds accurate. I'm not an expert on it, but everybody in the upper echelons knows vaguely what a Fate Weaver is. So the fact that everybody in this room besides me is one, am I getting that?
Well, those that don't believe aren't as far along.
Okay, but you all supposedly are, yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, wow, for one, that's interesting. Okay. I'm kind of at a loss for words here, all things considering. You do know what that means, right? Like, overall.
We aren't bound by the lines of fate, and we can change them.
I mean, in a very simple sense, sure. It could also mean a lot more, depending.
We are also the guardians of this world.
I mean...
Yeah, that's a bit much.
A little dramatic sense, yeah, that's pretty much dead on. Shit. I mean, we have a guy at the tower who specializes in this. If you want to talk to him.
There's still a tower.
Yes, that's a bit.
I mean, he's not there currently. Nobody's
right.
there, but I can get you in touch with him, and he might be able to. I mean, I think, from what I know of the old texts and tomes, there's supposed to be some kind of test that you can do to prove for sure if you are one or not. And if anybody would know, it'd be this guy. He knows his shit.
Good to know. I'd heard something of tests and trials, and my friend has mentioned that things might be coming up soon.
How much metachlorine do I have in my blood?
I mean, there hasn't been one in the public eye in a long time. You have Jedibetes Apocrypha, is what you have. But she goes, there hasn't been one in public eye for hundreds, thousands even of years. Well, I'm sure there are out there, but we just, we don't really know about them. They tend to keep either a very low profile or a world-changing profile. So I guess we'll figure out which one of the two that you are. But I would recommend...
We might not even make it to being a complete Fate Weaver.
I mean, fuck, anything's possible with you people if you're what you say you are. I don't know, but if anybody would have answer to that question, it would be my guy at the tower. So if you want to meet with him, I can happily set something up for you. In the meantime, oh my God, you fucking people died. You go to bed.
Oh,
go to bed
this
Oh,
time.
I'll do my research. I'll let you know what I find. But holy shit, go to bed. You too. You especially, Barley. What the fuck?
Hey, go on, okay? Jeez, calm down, Mom.
You died.
Probably.
Die
Yeah,
less?
I'm here now. Like
You dick.
I said, I got better.
Yeah. Well, you gotta stay better, guy. You just
I
don't
intend to,
stop
don't
dying.
worry.
Holy shit, fucking people. She just kind of goes back to her drink as she pulls out a tome from inside her robe and starts jotting stuff down.
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Sleep. Okay. The night passes pretty much without consequence. For most of you, or all of you rather, your sleep is restful but dreamless. It's just kind of a void of much of anything. And eventually you do wake in the morning.
Can I spend some of those 4 hours making arrows? Specialty arrows?
Go ahead and roll.
Tinkering or wood carving? What you want? Oh, I guess it'd be
Go ahead,
tinkering.
roll that.
Roll tinkering?
Looking for.
Let's see, of my inventory. I really want to make more freezing air payloads, but I am out of freezing material.
Hold on. You're making specialized arrows, you're saying?
Yes. I got acid, I got fire, and I got tanglefoot I could make. Tell me how much I can make with a roll of 15.
You're making specialized arrows, you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What kind?
I'm liking some tanglefoot, maybe an acid or 2. I have 5 tanglefoot bags and 15 acid.
Being very careful with the stuff that you need to combine, you could probably make 3 with the 15.
Of each, or of one, or 1 and 2 of the
3
other?
of Tanglefoot, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay. Does that consume 1 bag?
1 bag per arrow.
Alright.
I'm gonna shoot you with invisibility.
Believe me, I've thought about it.
That's what I was thinking.
Your blood is now invisible. Anything other than that, or
No acid.
are you can have 3 Tanglefoot, or 3 of in total. So pick how many you want of each.
I'll do 2 and 1.
2 being
2 tanglefoot, 1 acid, if that's okay with you.
Do that.
I'm just getting really low on my specialized.
Being careful to make them because they do have a tendency to be dangerous if exposed to the air, but you do manage to put them together safely. Other than that, you guys do wake up in the early morning hours.
Oh crap!
It's quiet right now. It's probably about 9 o'clock. You're trying to fix your absolutely fucked sleep schedule. What are you guys gonna do? This is the day before the attack.
I would like to look for a special item, if we happen to come across any shops.
Well, nothing is happening that you guys don't want to do. If you want, you could just spend the whole day inside preparing for tomorrow. If you guys want to go out, you decide what you're doing.
Well, we have to talk to Uriel, see what his plan is.
I'll see if we can arrange a meeting.
Okay, using the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go to the meeting, I'm going to start working on my speech, and like I said, contact my father and White Lotus about helping with that.
Sure. And Pox, what were you going to say?
I was just going to remind Gilgamesh that, like, prepare the speech, but really should talk to the government about what should be in it. And
that's why we're meeting with Uriel.
You're probably going to go a lot higher up than Uriel for that.
I'm going to do as we discussed before, Sandman. I'm going to go to the farm and do that training bit.
Okay, so you're going to go find that girl?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I didn't actually see if you sent me a response to it, because it didn't show me if you did. Let me just see what you wrote. You didn't. Okay, so you
No, I didn't, yeah.
so you are gonna go do the. Okay,
Yeah, just like a load of light training.
that's fine.
Also, one
there is zero chance of you finding that in public. That's a boss drop.
Okay.
Is there any bosses in public?
There's about to be.
I am looking for that desperately now.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, understandable.
I have plans.
I mean, sure, but that's something that is not sold in shops.
Okay.
Yeah,
I figured it'd be like super rare or specialty.
It's yeah. We're at that level. If you're looking for that, shops are only going to hold so much. A dungeon is, think of it in RPG terms. Shops have greens and sometimes blues, but what you're looking at is a purple, and you're only going to get that from a boss drop.
All right.
Yeah. Dragon's Horde. Go hunt some dragons.
I want to
to.
out the Platinum Vigil headquarters that were in Estakar when I get some free time in the day.
I mean, it's the day. You would like to go there?
Well, I thought we were going to go talk to Uriel first.
Oh, so you're all going to go as a party.
Yeah, to your
No, I'm just going straight off.
Okay, you're going to go to do that. So, Barley, make a.
Did the Rocky Talkie get destroyed when it took damage?
It did not.
Okay.
It didn't take damage.
I make sure. Well, crap. Does Birdsong still have that bloody Rocky Talkie?
He would have left it.
He would have left that behind.
Okay.
It's outside. You go to open the door this morning, and it kind of just jams, and you realize the dickhead put the rock on the other side of the door.
He would do that too.
I make sure Barley has that before he leaves.
Okay, that's fine. There is also, as you guys are opening the door, there is 2 guards walking down the hallway. Fates Paradox.
Good morning.
May we help you?
We are here, and one of them pulls out a package. We come to understand you have successfully completed a bounty.
I suppose we have.
Yes, we have.
This information was given to us by Captain Uriel. So, your reparations, and he hands you a small chest. He goes, that is the complete sum for the contract on Commander Grouse's head, which should total out to about 5,000 gold.
Start flipping through the bingo book. I want to see if that matches. Or if he's even in there.
He's not in there. Not under that name. This was more a local thing. Your bingo book is kind of, I would almost consider
outdated.
it global.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's not really in there, and yeah, he is outdated at this point. But
it's 1,000 gold each.
Yeah, I always unintentionally give you guys such flat numbers that you just always able to divide perfectly. I gotta mix it up, goddammit.
5 is a good number for that, though. So you know.
There's 5 of us, yeah. So it's anything that ends with a 5 or a 0.
So yeah,
works.
They hand you the number and bow. Have a good day, and thank you for your help.
Thank you.
And off they go. Barley, you take your split and bid everybody a good day. What I need you to do is I need you to roll in athletics and in acrobatics. Damn. Okay. You
Holy damn.
You take to the teacher role a lot better than you thought you would. In fact, your young student is picking up much faster than anticipated. In fact, she is giving you a bit of a run for your money, but the fact that she can keep up with you and you don't have to hold back is encouraging your training as well. Your new techniques that you're trying to practice. I would say that you've cut down the time by half on what you're looking to do.
That's very good.
Yeah, so I would say if you have another 2 to 3 more days of full practice like this, you'll have the ability.
Great.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing.
Over with the other group, you guys are going to see Euro first, who gives you a meeting place. It is a small guard outpost over in the outer city. He's still working out details and things like that. But because ever since the office was blown up at the Hall of the Magistrate, he has kind of been moving around a bit.
Never keeping to one spot. Smart.
Yeah. Alright.
Any
Morning.
morning. Any luck finding their bases of operations?
Yeah, we did, and we found a few holdouts. We did check them, thankfully, this time, and found another 2 martyrs mixed in with the rest of them. Not much we can do. We don't know the nature of it, so we executed one. The second one revealed that they are surgically implanted in. It's they volunteered to do it, the fucking sickos, but we did find the base. No sign of this Crow character, though.
They'd picked up and moved shop by the time?
They left some stuff behind. It seemed your information came fairly quickly.
Is this the place you were telling us about, Gilgamesh?
I am afraid I don't know the exact location, but...
I do.
Map?
It's actually in here, in the outer city. It's on the far side, in the foothills. There's not much there, which is the perfect place for it to have been.
So, about last night,
Yes.
what happened in the forest?
He just kind of starts rubbing his face a little bit.
Like, how badly were we compromised?
I would say bad. We triumphed, but I realized too late that the attacks coming at us were only a distraction. It wasn't a true effort to kill us. They really just wanted to kill you.
And delay you long enough, may. Yeah, makes sense.
Just a delay. Some fire bombs, some missed fire. Nothing we couldn't really handle, but it distracted us long enough. Other than that, not much I can do except my apologies for not getting down there sooner.
Any signs of tracks or footprints from the base?
What?
Where they might have left to?
Hold on, I don't know why I'm having this issue today. You say any signs of tracks?
Yes.
Dozens. All going in different directions, but we eventually lose them. One of them we managed to trace back to another tavern out here in the outer city, and after some interrogation the man was arrested, but he hasn't given up anything yet.
Well, Ranger, would you like to try your hand at following some of those tracks?
You still think there's any point to it? Sure.
I mean, yeah, they're out here, but before we go splitting up and looking for clues, is there anything else you needed to address, or...
One more thing. I am preparing a speech, and, well, would like to go through the proper channels to give it. My father might end up helping me do that better. I don't know. He hasn't really responded to me yet.
Father being...
the Silver-tongued Doni of the Nagata clan.
Not ringing any bells, I'm afraid. I try not to keep into politics. They bore me.
He, was part of the, Nagata Bridge peace talks, I believe it was.
Oh, right. That's why it sounded vaguely familiar. So he's the guy that made the bridge. He made the bridge, or he...
He, brought people to the table and got them to
so he didn't make...
agree to it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that could be good. Sure, I guess. I mean, they fucked the emergency alert system, so it's not currently working, but start drafting what you might want to talk about, and I'll start shooting up the channels that you'd like to make a speech. I'm sure the government would like to get some words in there.
I
Especially
have
the
no
king
doubt
himself,
they
he
will.
might join you, but let's ask first. Things have been hectic around here lately, if you haven't noticed.
Understandably. And this is to hopefully bring more order to the chaos.
Hopefully. Anything
Providing,
else, or can I point you in the right direction?
Providing hearts and minds doesn't work. Old-fashioned violence, what's the plan for that? On the tower?
I agree. We need a plan for when they raid this tower.
Well, the plan in place here is that we've called in every reserve, every off-duty guard. In fact, we've even recalled some of the Imperium army to take in a standby seat. So tomorrow you'll be seeing quite packed streets. The biggest guard presence here and ever, probably.
What if that's what they want? To take off as many
That's what
guards
I
as
was thinking.
possible.
Well,
Oh.
they won't be in a position to all be taken out at once. They will be
Staggered
evenly
defense formation.
evenly distributed throughout the city. Yes, the tower is a priority, but they're not dumb enough to throw themselves against it like meat puppets and hope the whole thing comes crashing down on top of them. They'll be keeping their distance. Mostly, they're running interference on any attack routes.
Sewers included?
Sewers included. We have men down there now.
How big of an area is going to be cordoned off around the tower, though?
You could probably... I would avoid foot traffic tomorrow within a 10-block radius. Other than that, virtually every avenue of approach has been considered and is being accounted for.
Anything in particular you would have in mind for us to do?
Be on standby. The places where it's dangerous for us to be, as far as being part of the guard, is the middle city. Obviously, there's almost 100% of the middle city is what's the turn of phrase? Loyalists to the cause, for lack of a better term. They truly empathize with the spellbinders. The inner city is the upper class, the magical class. They hate the walls. They hate them. It's safe for us to be in there, and it's even alright for us to be in the outer city, but the middle city is the most dangerous, so any presence here beyond what we can do would be appreciated.
There might be enough time to throw one last monkey wrench into their plans. We just need a target.
It's true, but we haven't found that yet.
What's on the
Any
job
thoughts?
boards? There might be something related to their activity.
I'm betting the loss of diamonds was.
Not much I know about. Unfortunately, a contract holder has been killed.
Oh?
Yeah, murdered yesterday. Day before, actually.
What was the contract?
I believe he had some wares stolen and was looking for somebody to look into the business for him, but perhaps he poked his nose into the wrong place.
Unfortunate.
It's worth checking out.
Yes. Actually, you guys do have this contract.
Yeah, I do remember it.
I remember this one too. It's one I was gonna do.
Yeah. Well, like I said, some things were going to be resolving themselves.
So there's no point in going after it.
Are you asking him that, or are you asking in general?
It's more thinking, yeah.
I think it's still worth
just because something
having a look.
has an ending doesn't mean it's a dead end. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If we may have gotten a completely different thing if we'd just gone and done it the first time.
You would have. Welcome to Fallout New Vegas. 47 endings to one storyline. But he kind of looks at all of you. He absolutely looks fucking exhausted. For you,
Did you stop talking for anybody else?
Yeah, I don't know if you cut out or...
May have to use TeamSpeak tonight.
sorry. Yeah, I know. But I don't want to go through the trouble of downloading all that shit. So, anyway, he does look exhausted, so he looks up to you. Do you guys need anything else?
No, we'll leave you to your work.
Alright.
You know how to reach us.
Alright. Oh, keep an eye out. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna give you a tale from my department. Is that alright?
I'm fine with that. As long as
Keep
it's
in mind
done.
that the enemy probably already has a tail on us, and he's likely to be a target.
That's the point. It was a volunteer position anyway, and he knows the risks, but he'll be following you about. We know you're probably going to be followed, so we're hoping to cut off whoever is going to reach you first.
Do make sure he knows to make noise as his first reaction
Of course.
if something happens.
Let's have a countersign for him, so we know who he is. Should we?
A halfling saunters into the room. Hey, boys, ready to go?
Afternoon.
Evening, whatever fucking time it is. How you doing?
All right for the moment.
I'm the wingman. So, I heard you muttering something about being, making signs?
Yeah, call sign, countersign. Just...
What do you need?
How about Iceman?
I ain't gonna be close enough to hear that, my friend.
Iceman.
I'm not gonna be close enough to hear that if shit goes sour.
It's meant to be that we identify each other by that.
I mean, if that's what you need, sure. Iceman works fine.
That's a challenge question. I mean, we know who you are now, but if you give us a different answer, we'll know something's up.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, make it something easy then. Because, let's be honest, when's Iceman gonna come up in conversation? Natural conversation.
Oh, you never know what danger zone it might pop up in.
Good point, but how about this? You ask me what my favorite dish is, and if I don't say, Alamos and asparagus, something's up.
Alright, I
What?
Alright. Well, I'll be keeping an eye, but I'll be at some distance, so don't you worry about it.
Would you
Say.
like a wand of flares?
Nah, you'll hear me.
Say, what's your name?
Me?
What's your mother's name?
Susan! I'm guessing, I don't know. Hold on. His name...
The answer is always Martha, no matter who it is.
I gotta go all the way back up. Hold on. I got my character list here. His name...
Iceman.
No, his name is a fucking Iceman!
What the hell, Apocrypha?
Jesus Christ, your fetish is getting
Nobody's
too
getting these references?
far.
Yeah, it's Iceman from...
Maybe we're getting them, but we're choosing not to acknowledge them. Have you ever considered this?
We're taking a dangerous highway.
His name is Turwin.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Nice to meet you too, holy man. Yeah, right, you seem tired.
More than a little bit.
Alright, understandable. Well,
Sleeping
at a
soundly.
distance, so you do whatever you gotta do, and you'll know if I'm there. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Alright, get your asses out the door if you're done here.
Any places around here, Uriel, that sells freezing potions?
In the outer city? No, you're gonna look inner city for that.
Fair enough.
I'm going there. I could pick some up for you if I see them.
I'd rather not us travel in packs of one.
Would you like me to brew you some sometime?
But would
It's fine.
traveling by one be a pack?
No.
The philosophical question has been raised. So what do you
Anyways,
guys
I
do?
think we have some tracks
Well-
to follow and a building to investigate.
Let's wait to do that when
Well,
we're all
Somewhere I
together.
need to be, though.
Well, how much time do you
I
want
need
to
to
spend?
check out the Platinum Vigil headquarters. I need to do some reading.
It's only 11 a.m. at this time.
How long do you plan on spending, Gesh?
Depends on how much I find. Do we have some... Well, I can reach you through the rings. So
Harley
I
going
wouldn't
one
be too
direction,
worried.
Gesh going another.
I mean, if any of
it
you
would
would
be
like
good.
to follow me, I wouldn't be against that, but I'm fine going on my own.
I'll go with you.
Going to the Platinum Vigil headquarters. It's a fairly safe place.
It's not so much
It's-
the area that you're getting to; it's the route along the way that troubles me.
He's not wrong.
I have Vorael with me, at the very least.
At this point, I wouldn't put it beneath him to take out a train to get to one of us.
Well, if I travel with you, we won't be slowed down by the city.
Alright, if you wish. So where will you three be going off to? I mean, you two be going off to?
Well, Barley sounded like he was going to be busy all day.
True.
And as much as I want to follow those tracks, Gilgamesh, I don't want to do it with just two of us.
Well,
you two
no,
could investigate the missing person or the.
I want to check out the. We can save following the tracks. I want to check out the bunker at the very least, to make sure it is the right place.
Same, but also not something I want to do with just 2 people.
That seems like the most dangerous of all of our outings. So.
Following the tracks will be far more dangerous than that. It's already secured.
Or none of them will be dangerous. Or all of them will be dangerous. But you have to
The
make
Platinum Vigil will be on fire.
The Citadel burns! So what'll it be?
I'll go with Gilgamesh to the bunker.
Yeah, I'm fine to go to Platinum Vigil on my own. So.
Uriel stands up and kind of dusts off his pants. Alright, want me to take you there?
Sounds great. If it'll keep Apocrypha happy.
Oh no, I was talking to them. I could send guards with you if you need it.
I think I'm going to go with
One guard to make sure he doesn't take drinks from strange women might be a good idea.
Ian Yaris, you're
That
going with
happened
Gesh?
one time.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it
going
won't
with
happen
Ash.
again.
Okay.
Alright, Ian, I'll be happy to have you along with me.
So everybody but Barley's covered.
Well, Barley's off doing his own thing anyway.
Yeah, Barley stabbed me. I think I'll stay away from him for now.
Alright, so you guys go your separate ways. Uriel, Apocrypha, and Gilgamesh, you and 2 guards go with you guys as you go pretty deep into the outer city. You take a horse-drawn cart there, and it's a kind of a relaxing ride. It's like I said before, the chill is definitely in the air now. It's cold outside. You have to start bundling up in a day. And it takes you a little while, maybe the better part of 2 or 3 hours to eventually get there, until you do arrive at a nondescript hill. And Uriel hops out. There is a hatch in the ground at the top. That's what you're looking for. And he starts walking up.
I start going up there with him.
Okay. Gilgamesh?
I'm following too, yeah.
Looking out for being very proactive, looking around, just making sure I'm not walking into a trap and just things look normal.
Sure, make a perception check.
Where is it? There we go.
Natural 20. Yeah, you're good. There's nothing. I mean, you're just
I
in the
got you,
outer
man.
city.
I got you. I know.
You're out wide in the open. There's nothing to see. You're pretty solidly confident that, yeah, we're just us here.
It's good. Good. Reassured.
But he starts.
And Rusoka appears.
But under the hatch...
But then here comes the dragon! No, he kicks off some hay that's laying on top of it, and he starts unscrewing the cap, and eventually pops open the top of the hatch into a semi-darkened exterior. And it looks like it drops maybe 2 or 3 feet attached to a ladder, and then a flight of stairs.
Well,
This is the
down we
place. I
go.
don't know how much you want. Alright, fuck it. And he jumps down in.
I'll go
I'm
next.
following.
You guys get down there. Gilgamesh, just based off what the architecture looks like, the way the floor is, the way the walls are, this probably is the place you were at.
Probably, but I want to see the cell I was in first.
Alright. Well, you make an investigation check.
Or we're not sweeping clearing.
If you want to sweep and clear, but Gilgamesh is looking for something particular. And the guards have already been through here.
Okay.
28. It takes you a while. It takes you a long while. But you did see some of it when there wasn't a bag on your head when you were escaping. So some details start to look familiar, and you start rounding corners until you get to a stretch of what looks like they could be cells, and you're pretty confident this is probably where you were held, in one of these.
I'm opening these up, if I can.
It takes a little effort, especially on some of them. Go ahead and make a strength check. They're largely rusted shut. Not terrible, especially for you. You start to pull and push on some of them, and they give enough that you could kind of poke your head into the rooms and look around. Yeah, the construction is very similar, and eventually you get to what's as you open it, judging by the cracks, judging by some frozen pieces of the floor, you're where you were.
And the cell next to it that I was speaking with.
Okay, you gonna walk over and look in then?
Yeah, I want to look in that one.
Okay, you walk over and you give a good bit of pressure and manage to open it, and you get inside. It's a darkened interior. Do you have any light source?
I'll pop my bloodlight lantern.
All right, you pop the bloodlight lantern, and the room is just coated. I mean, coated, but not sprays. And he was writing a lot, and he needed a source. He needed something to keep track of what he was doing. The walls are covered in alchemical equations. They're covered in magical runes, things that he was trying to keep track of, but there's no sign of the man you met.
I'm writing this stuff down.
Okay.
And I want to check in other cells too with my bloodlight lantern.
Okay. I mean, the other ones are not... They're not covered in writing. They're covered just in old splashes of dried blood that... probably from being bludgeoned. But nothing even remotely close to the level of detail that this cell has.
Can I start looking separately? Because I already rolled in one investigation for what I whispered to you.
Yeah.
But can I roll...
nothing is sticking out to you.
Can I roll another one for secret rooms and entrances, or exits?
Well, go ahead and roll perception or investigation for this one.
For that, if you're giving me the option, I'm doing perception.
Okay.
Bleh.
This place was designed to be fuck! I just electrocuted myself. That's fun.
Jesus. I was scared. Like, what the hell?
Sorry, yeah, I genuinely electrocuted myself. Anyway.
What did you do?
Don't ask questions. Anyway, this place was designed to be secret in general. The fact that hurt. The fact that
Hair in your chest.
Designed with secret construction in mind kind of tells you that there might not really be any secret passageways in an already secret building.
So they relied more on the fact that if you found the entrance, we're done fucked.
They relied on the fact that if they found the entrance, there's more than one way out. And
See,
at any time, you could probably find the other ways out.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, we have found the end. Anything else you guys are doing, or are you going to keep looking?
I'm gonna try and find both Crow's personal torture room and his office if I can. But I'm betting both of those will be cleaned out.
They're basically one and the same. And if you can tell me any particular detail about how you got to the room in the first place, let me know.
Gonna cast Primeval Awareness and see if there's anything nearby us that shouldn't be.
Sure. What does that
What do you mean?
now?
Humanoids and fiends.
Is it humanoids, fiends?
Humanoids and fiends.
Apocrypha.
Do you not hear me?
Yeah, what did you say? Did you say
humanoids and fiends?
Yeah, okay. Just what's around you.
Nothing in the distance nearby running away.
No, there's a couple of guys on the surface that you came with, but other than that, no, not really.
They're long gone.
Been a while.
And what did you mean to me by anything particular and how I got to that room?
There was one detail I kept hitting you with. I want to see if you remember it.
That I was bagged and they brought me in circles and such?
Okay, there was another detail. You're getting warmer.
Did you go up a spiral staircase?
I did go upstairs, yes.
There you go. You went downstairs every time you had to go there. So with that in mind, go ahead and roll investigation with advantage. You find it. You remember closing your eyes, you count even the fucked up pattern that you did. You're following even the craziest pattern that they threw at you, and eventually you do find the stairs and go down them. And a short walk later, you come to a much cleaner and neater iron door.
I want to follow him down here.
Which is partially ajar. Uriel follows you the whole way. Just standing quietly in the back, observing as you open the door. This place seems to be naturally lit by some means. You're not quite sure how, but yeah, it's the room that you originally were in.
Anything on the walls in blood?
Using the bloodlight lantern, no.
I'll basically inform you guys. This is where Crow and I had our chat.
The place still stinks of formaldehyde. It's never pleasant.
Not a bad room to search for things.
Okay, you gonna look around for something?
Yep.
I'm gonna light a low light torch and look around as well.
Sure.
You want me to roll?
Investigation.
Another investigation.
This place is much even better cleaned out than the rest of them. This was the important room, so they hit this one first. There is really nothing left to look at, to examine.
Is stairs the only exit to this room?
Appears to be, yeah.
Did they have heavy equipment in here? Talking to Gilgamesh.
An alchemy lab was probably the heaviest thing they had in here.
So they could probably get that upstairs without issue.
Exactly. There is one other room that might be worth checking that I found, where they kept the items they got off their prisoners, magic items and the like. I'm betting it's cleaned out too, but not a bad idea to check.
That one you don't have to roll for. You were pretty much aware for this one, so going from your room to that place, it's not too much of an issue, but your theory is correct. The place has been cleaned out. You went looking for the 2 rooms that they would have hit first.
Yeah, I figured, but I don't know of any other rooms.
I'll see where the tracks lead from here.
Anything else you're looking for, or... Well, that's the thing, there's no tracks that lead from here. There's a few on the surface, yes, but again, dead ends. They typically run into creeks in the forest nearby, but not much else.
Well, this is your show, Sir Tiefling.
Yours and mine as well.
I'm just making sure you don't get kidnapped again.
I suppose a general look through things to see if we can find any particular useful rooms. I'm betting, though, you've already done that, Uriel.
We have nothing really of value. I looked myself. Like I said, they cleaned it out, but what we did find gave us some insight into what they're making the bombs with, and we have already marked any shipments of these particular chemicals and materials coming in so that we can catch anybody in the act.
Did we ever figure out why they were looking for crates with a sun on them? A white sun.
Not quite sure. We know the crate that you did find was from is a shipment from Gadrian to begin with, but the stuff inside was dragon spit. You know that already.
All right.
They must have had a contact or known that was coming.
What in particular is their method of making these bombs, then, that you found out? Or what did you learn, more specifically?
Wah wah.
You said that specifically to him, or?
Yeah, I was asking him what in particular did you learn about their bomb-making methods?
It's all alchemical in nature. At least from what we found down here, there's some bits and pieces of magic components as far as a trigger mechanism or something along those lines, probably because it's more reliable than man-made. Beyond that, not much, but even the ingredients give us an insight into who is grabbing it and where.
I personally got to see his workings on one such trigger mechanism.
Okay.
He had me test it.
How does it work? Any insight would help.
I'll give him the description that I can, which isn't much, but basically, like, he had me pump as much magic into it as I could. I felt doing so, if I did more than he expected me to do, I could break it. I did, but he just said, simply needs more refining.
Okay. I mean, it's something. I don't know if this is the key to cracking it, but we'll find something.
Are there any particular people who've been ordering large shipments of the goods needed?
Nothing that raises eyebrows. They all seem to be coming from different places, different vendors, different continents, for Christ's sake. But, you know, they all end up here.
Well, there's obviously someone always receiving them. Any names?
They even come to different warehouses. I'm still looking for the connection that binds them all together.
Perhaps...
But if we know where these things are coming in through official channels, we can keep an eye on them.
Perhaps the warehouses are all working together for the Spellbinders.
All of them? Even the ones that the Imperium officially endorses and gives them tax breaks?
Well, have these goods been going in through there?
A lot of them. Not the all loyalist ones, but it seems a lot of them are tied directly to robberies. It's like they know where they'll be, but now we'll know where they'll be.
Good point, but I think the robberies are going to be stopping now.
Could be, but you think they're done even after whatever happens tomorrow?
No, but they're going to be changing their plans.
I guess we'll see. Anything else you need down here, or can we get out of this hellhole?
It was quite the musky pit that I spent the last few days in, but yes, I think I'm done here.
Alright, and he leads you back to the surface. Over at Ian Yaris and Gesh, you guys took the train to get there?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably seems like the best idea.
Calm ride all the way over. You guys talk about anything on the way there, or?
Yeah, I definitely would have questioned him about his death and what he would have seen, because I would tell him that I was in the middle of reviving him when the spell suddenly failed. What happened to you? I don't understand.
I don't quite understand it as well. Just by the grace of my God, I'm still here. For some reason, she brings me back to this one location. The location in which I first found her. She spoke to me and said that I've done good work and I can go with her, but she would send me back if I felt that I had unsolved business to continue on with. And I just could not leave y'all in the middle of this mess, so here I am.
Thank God. I don't know what we would do without you here, to be honest.
Thanks, Aaron Ray.
Yes. Thank her blessed fullness.
And that's kind of where your conversation ends?
Yeah,
Or do you
pretty
press
much.
it?
We just kind of go.
Well, I was going to ask him where are we going and kind of what are we doing.
Hold on, let me switch maps to where you guys would be right about now.
We're going to the Platinum Vigil. I need to find out something about Stormfall. About my parents. I don't know. I feel like it could have something to do with this, but I just don't know enough.
Dragon!
I got this, guys.
I'm sure there's information that you can find out there as well. They have quite the library.
I'm sure I would enjoy perusing through the library, but I understand where your concerns lie with your parents. I myself was fortunate enough to find mine when we took our time off.
Did they tell you what happened back in your hometown? Because we were not given a very warm welcome when we went looking for you.
Uprising. The lower class overthrew the upper class and then sold them into slavery as a bit of a payback.
At least your parents made it out.
Yeah, in slavery. I was actually I owe Gilgamesh and his father for saving them.
So you
which
can
it kind of
do some good.
Yeah, which kind of leaves a bitter taste in my mouth.
I agree. Owing Gilgamesh a favor is never a good thing. You never know what he might ask you to do.
Regardless, let's hope that something fruitful turns up for your parents.
Okay. Eventually, you guys disembark at the Imperial Station, the nicest station of all the trains, which is also attached to the Skyport. And as you guys exit, you can see the looming figure of the Citadel, which is basically as tall as the walls of the Pentagon. The massive building with small platinum drakelings, silver drakelings circling above, which are being taught how to fly and how to be mounted by a rider. It seems these are the newest editions, a small clutch that only come every couple of 100 years. But most of the Goldwing Brigade is here currently with their griffins. And as you guys approach, very regal building. It just screams devotion and strength, and gives you kind of a warm feeling inside Gesh to be part of something like this.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys doing? You just walking up to the front door?
Yeah, I'd look for anybody who looked like, they seemed like they were relatively in charge. If I didn't, then I'd just ask the first person I saw.
In this area, there are a number of paladins and clerics of different statures and levels that mill about, some in groups, some just talking to each other. And as you approach the grand front gates, which are giant stone doors, they stand firm. Two paladins on either side in full plate mail, can't even see their faces, with their swords in front of them as their hands rest on it. And they don't look to you as you approach.
Afternoon, brothers.
They don't make a sound.
Hello?
They don't make a sound. You get the feeling that this is very much their job. If you want to equate it to something, they are the guards at Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Which do talk.
Yeah, they do talk if you get up in their business.
Step away from the Imperial Guard!
And then you get shot.
There are
I'm just seeing if I have something in my inventory that basically identifies me as a paladin of the Platinum Vigil. Because I had the ring that I was given, but that broke in the fight with, what's his name? But if I don't have anything, I would probably just try and walk in, see if they stop me.
Okay, so you're just going to try to walk straight in if you don't have anything?
Yeah, I'm still looking, but I don't think I have any.
Only the penitent man shall pass.
You approach the door and you put your hand on it, and they don't move to stop you. And after a moment of just feeling the door just kind of and slide open for you.
The door growls angrily at you.
The door farted, sounded like.
My chair. I have a shitty chair. I'm poor DM, okay? Just roll with it.
No, it sounded like a fart before the chair. I mean.
Well, I would just go walking in. Look for a front desk sort of area. I don't expect them to have a receptionist here, but,
Not really a receptionist,
some sort of
but
equivalent.
There are a couple of older gentlemen who stand around in the main hall, which is just as big as the rest of the building. It's massive. This is the main meeting area, and as you look down, dead smack in the middle of it all is a huge silver statue of what you can only assume is Bahamut. He's not the only god present, though, and as you look around, you notice a couple of other of the main lawful gods. You see Tyr, you see Palor, very, very specific, but Bahamut definitely has the biggest presence here.
Are there any gods that I don't recognize?
Looking around, no, not really. These are all main pantheon, cut and dry.
Okay. Well, I walk up to the guys who are there and I say, "Afternoon, brothers. I'm Gesh Ravenspark."
Okay,
of
so these are the older lore keepers that kind of just stand around in the main lobby. It seems to be that their job is to answer any questions or help as they may. They were probably once paladins themselves, but in their age have decided to step back into more clerical, secretarial duties, if you get my drift. And as you approach, they have warm smiles. "Oh yes, son, what is it that we can do for you?"
I want to know if I would be able to read some of your tomes. There's information that I need to find out.
The last part I caught was information you need to find out. What was the first part?
I was asking them if I could, explore the library, read any tomes they have if they don't have a proper library.
Oh yes, we have the library, the Silver Ward. It's my favorite area. It's a nice place to have a snack. And the other guy kind of just smacks him on the side of the head, like, you're not supposed to eat in there. Oh, no, okay, well, the man needs his snacks. Anyway, yes, I'd be happy to escort you. Would you like to come with me? Is this your friend?
Yes, this is Ian Yaris.
I see you're a man of the cloth, Ian Yaris. Tell me, who do you follow?
I follow the great and illustrious Sarenrae.
Ah, Sarenrae, the great beauty, the great healer. That is a fine, fine goddess to follow. Please, do follow me. And he leads you down a hallway. So it's a curving path for a little while, but eventually you do come into through a small archway into this another enormous room filled with books. And as you take a look around, you realize that these are not any kind of categorized. They've just been here. The library is in a small state of disarray. We have lost our chief librarian some time ago. But we have been doing our best, and he taps his head. We have quite a bit of information ourselves, so please tell me, brother, what is it that you wish to find?
Well, I'm interested in the history of Stormfall, if you do have any books on the matter.
Oh, history of Stormfall, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Any particular interest? Why, if I may ask?
Well, I have a bit of a personal interest vested in this. Do you have anything on the... You could say. I do love to find out information about it, though. You wouldn't happen to have any information on the fall of Stormfall, would you?
Well, that is not a subject that is very widely known at all, and the fact that you even know about it is something to be impressed about quite a bit. So finding...
Well, we were in the area. We noticed it when we were up in Envelmar.
Oh, you have passed through that
Our
prison.
queens! If she breathes,
Oh.
she's a
I'm
thought!
passing on you, my friend. You, Ian Harris. As far as the fall of Stormfall, that is not something you're going to find so easy, but I will see what I can do for you. It is going to take me a little while, so please do feel free to take a seat or relax for a bit. Admire the view. It's lovely this time of year, and he just goes wandering very slowly down one of the aisles.
Thank you. And with that, I'm going to start basically just looking through the books, seeing if there's anything that kind of pops out at me.
Sure. Make a because this is less you looking through titles and more which one looks big and important.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through, the spines of them and seeing if anything pops out at me as something that I recognize or, would be interested in finding out.
Yeah. I was about to ask.
Yeah, I would like to ask him, what happened to the late bookkeeper?
He turns around and cups his hand to his ear. What?
I get a little closer. The grand bookkeeper you said y'all have lost as of recently. May I ask what befell of him?
Guess just kind of like...
Where was that about a crook keeper?
I move to the other ear and ask what happened to the library's bookkeeper.
He kind of shocks away from me and goes, "Oh my goodness, please stop yelling. This is a library." Yes, the Grand Master of the library. Well, frailty and age has finally claimed him. Bahamut rest his soul, and he does some kind of religious movement with his hand that you recognize being part of Bahamut. Which just... He never named a successor, and he never trained any to succeed him, so he was a bit of a selfish man, if I may say so myself.
Okay.
I know some in your line of business do die untimely deaths, but believe it or not, some do die in their bed.
Very well.
You had for him?
Yeah, no, I'll go see if I can help poke around with Gesh.
Sure. Are you gonna look for anything in particular, or?
Just anything with the title Stormfall.
All right, make an investigation. Gesh, with your 21 perception, looking about, something here's got to look big and important. And eventually, you find the biggest, most importantest looking book, and as you pull it out, about 32 more books kind of just crumble down into whatever position it was in. So you have no chance of putting it back where it was. And as you flip it around and look at it, it doesn't really have a title, which maybe that's why it looks so important. And as you open it, you realize that it's a ledger, a tale of some old paladins. Perhaps embellished, you're not sure, but it looks to be almost a storybook. Ian, with an 18, as far as anything with the title of Stormfall, literally nothing pops out to you.
What's the continent it's on?
Yorubon?
Yeah, I want to look at a general history of Eurobond to see maybe if a broader sweep would pull anything out.
Investigation for this one. And what were you going to do, Gash?
I was going to ask if it seemed familiar to me at all, because obviously as a kid I was very into reading the Paladin storybook.
Some of these stories are vaguely familiar. Obviously, as with everyone, there is there's the story of Gesh, the paladin that you were named after, or so you thought. But his story is in there. I guess it just happens to be a happy little accident. But Gesh is in there, and you read his story and how exciting as it is that it has always been, how he triumphed the great evil and pushed back the great darkness. All fascinating fantasy stuff, as far as you know. There's a couple of others in there. You flip through seeing if you could recognize any more familiar names, and you do, but the only one that doesn't seem to be in there is Rodim Valkar.
It's odd. I don't say anything about it to Ian, though. I just kind of continue perusing.
With a 10, you don't really see anything about Yorubon. Looking up a little bit, you realize the entire upper portion of this library is ringed in stained glass, and you can see the biggest piece of stained glass seems to have a continent map on it, but that's the closest you're getting to Yorubon.
Like, okay, so in the northernmost part of Eurobond was where Stormfall is, correct?